friends. I am Peymon Mottahedeh, the president of Freedom Law School, which I created in 1996. In this presentation, I will share with you the third victory that I've had over the IRS. If you are there, you see that Freedom Law School beats the IRS in a 13-year, $663,000 tax case. Yes, that's a big one. A lot of money, a lot of years, yet these guys lost. How it happened? Here is the story, my friends. In December 2009, the IRS filed 13 years of tax liens totaling over $663,000 against Peymon, the president and founder of Freedom Law School, for operating Freedom Law School. Well, folks, I requested a collection due process hearing challenging the IRS's tax liens and asking the IRS to prove that Peymon owes these arbitrary, bogus tax assessments. Well, no surprise, the IRS ignored Peymon's arguments, erroneously ruled against the Freedom Law School, and issued a notice of determination against me. I petitioned the United States Tax Court, appealed the case there, where the IRS attorney agreed on his own initiative to send Freedom Law School's case back to the IRS Appeals Office so that I could challenge the arbitrary $663,000 that the IRS claimed I owed them. Okay? See, the first IRS Appeals officer I met with said, "You can't challenge it. I'm here just to collect, make payment arrangements." Before that, I met with the agent John Black as manager who came up with these bogus liens, telling him, "This is a bunch of bogus. You can't do this nonsense," you know? And they just wouldn't budge. So, nope, you have to file a tax returns to tell us what the correct amount is. I said, BS. I'm going to go over your head to higher levels. And I did, right? So then I argued my case with the IRS Appeals Office orally and in writing. This resulted at the end of 2011 in the IRS Appeals Officer issuing a supplemental notice of determination, which withdrew all the $663,000 plus of tax liens filed against me. And the notice of determination stated, it has been determined that the tax assessments debated and the notice of federal tax lien withdrawn. Yep. To see a proof, folks, you can click on this notice of supplemental notice of determination. Before that, folks, this is the actual what they filed against me. Yep. In the beginning of the whole thing, we have the IRS filed these 30 years of tax liens. Click on that. Here it is, folks. This was sent against me, Peymon Mottahedeh on the top left area, on the top right, December 12, 2022, 2009. Top center, notice of federal tax lien filing and your right to a hearing. Folks, you got to challenge these guys. Like I did. I challenged them. I asked for my hearing as provided by law. Accountant, CPAs, they're ignorant. They don't know how to ask for a hearing or how to conduct a challenge to the IRS, right? That's what they lose, okay? Here it is, folks. Look at the tax periods. Every one of those lines is a different quarterly tax period, starting in 1997, okay? Type of tax, period tax, amount owed. Page after page. Here's a notice of federal tax lien. Here it is, folks, on this page. This is about, on the total on the bottom right, $99,000 of taxes listed, filed against me, against in-county recorders of San Bernardino County, okay? And look at this, another letter. There were so many liens, folks, they had to issue multiple of these letters like this and give me a chance to ask for a hearing. Here's another one. Here's yet another notice of federal tax lien. On this page, adds up to over $200,000 of taxes. Here's another certified mail notice of federal tax lien filing and your right to hearing, right? And this one is all, well, now we're up to 2004 now, tax periods. 2000, 2004. And here's a notice of federal tax lien again. You see that? The total tax that they claim I owe here is now about $188,000. Here's another one, folks. Okay, here we go. And this one, all the liens are $167,000. We're not done, folks. Another one, another page. This one is for $4,200. Folks, page after page, line after line of liens that file. Okay, and the thing with the IRS, we can do what we want. What you gonna do about it, huh? They think they're so powerful, right? Now let's continue. So here we go, folks. The supplemental notice of determination when the IRS appeals officer removed all the tax liens is here. The documentation for that is here. Yep. On the top left, you see IRS appeals office in Riverside. On the top right, person to contact W. Robeson, employee numbers right there. On the right, go down. Look at the tax periods issued, listed here. Okay? Look at that. From March 03, 1997 to December 12, 2008. All these tax periods, folks, they were at issue here. Here's a supplemental notice of determination. Dear Mr. Mottahedeh, right? Let's go second page, and we'll see the summary of the determination. It has been determined that the tax assessments should be abated and the notice of federal tax lien should be withdrawn. Sincerely, Mary Nicholas, Appeals Team Manager, who is a supervisor of the appeals officer, which I talked to and wrote about, and CC, our Associate Area Counsel. His name was Kevin Coy, a nice guy. I met him one time, okay? You're running by the lawyers to make sure it's right, okay? You know they don't do these things, without talking to the lawyers, right? But they backed off anyways, as you can see, okay? Now, you can read the whole thing, folks, the document on your own. All these taxes were listed. All of these quarterly tax were just withdrawn. Boom, page after page of them. They explain everything. The IRS did everything wrong. So you can read that for yourself if you want, folks, okay? The document is there for you to check out if you wish. And further, the IRS officially withdrew $663,000 of tax liens against Peymon Law School, and the IRS appeals officer confirmed that the IRS had withdrawn all tax liens against me. Yep, folks, I'm going to go with these more documents really quickly. Here it is, folks. This is a withdrawal of filed notice of federal tax lien. On the center left, name of taxpayer, Peymon Mottahedeh. Below that, you see tax period ending, everything. Here's $99,000 again on this page, all withdrawn. Yep. And again, you see here's another blank space of garbage. But you left it just so you can see where it is. Here it is, folks. This page says what? That, dear Peymon Mottahedeh, the Internal Revenue Service previously filed a notice of federal tax lien against your property. This notice is being withdrawn under the provisions of the Internal Revenue Code, Section 6323J. Closed is a copy of Form 10916C, withdrawal of file notice of federal tax lien that be mailed to the local recording office for filing. Right? You may present the form to any credit reporting agency, financial institution, or other creditor you deem appropriate. Now, folks, this letter was sent multiple of these folks. Multiple withdrawal of federal filed notice of federal tax lien was issued, right? This was $200,000, and multiple of these same documents, these letters, cover letters, like this cover letter again, all of them were issued. Here's another page. Withdrawal of filed notice of federal tax lien. This one for $188,000. Here we go. And here's another cover letter that they sent to me, right? And again, you see another withdrawal of filed notice of federal tax lien. This one for $167,000. And then you see again another one here. Again, they sent another cover letter. And below that, again, you see another withdrawal of filed notice of federal tax lien for $4,200. Okay. And here is another letter from the IRS, folks. Okay. Dear Mr. Mottahedeh, okay, this letter is in response to your application for withdrawal of notice of federal tax lien with the IRS serial number so and so and so and so. Your application has been approved Forms 10916 withdrawal of notice of federal tax lien are being sent to local recording office where the original notices of federal tax lien were filed. Okay? Guess what, folks? I never filed an application, folks. Okay? I beat them. That's the difference. Just saying, begging them, please take it off. Oh, you're hurting me. No. I didn't beg them. I went after them and beat them. IRS agent who did it, he ruled against me with his manager. The first IRS appeals officer I met would rule against me. Went to tax court. Tax court, the lawyer sent it back. The IRS appeals officer had to rule against the IRS, right? There's no, application, They make themselves sound so good, okay? And then, folks, here it is, folks. In November 2012, the tax court officially zeroed out all of the 663,000 of IRS bogus tax liens to zero on November 13, 2012. Yep, here it is, folks. This is from United States Tax Court. You can look it up, folks. Docket number 12440-10SL. It's all there. Order and decision. Yep, read it. Here's a relevant part, folks, for yourself. Signed by Robert N. Armand Jr., Special Trial Judge. Okay, on November 13th, 2012. Okay, and here it is. By certified mail. It was mailed to me, folks, by the United States Tax Court. The copy of the court order. We're going to read the relevant language. Ordered and decided that tax assessments for all 49 specified calendar quarters for employment taxes, so-called 941 taxes at issue herein, and for all 12 specified calendar years for unemployment taxes, so-called 940 taxes at issue herein, are to be abated, and that means removed, zeroed out. That's what abated means. Okay, abated, removed, and notice the federal tax lien in respect of such taxes is to be withdrawn. Yep, the court order also went behind it all. So, folks, it's not like IRS doesn't know about me. They know about me. They keep trying to mess with me to get me this way or that way. But guess what? Every time they do it, they give me a chance to beat them again. So now, folks, you can go down and see a next victory of the IRS, victory number 4, below.